Hey guys, what is up? It's Reaper Jinkai here, and I am joined with,
Sup, it's Radiant Ruby.
and we are doing our favorite Pokemon of every typing. There's a lot of Pokemon to talk about, but before we get in, we're gonna go over some rules. First of all, we're going in the order that the type chart is in. So if you're wondering why we didn't do fire, water, grass, it's because the type chart does fire, water, electric. It's the easiest way to determine which way we were going to do it. Second thing, duplicate mons were not allowed. So for ground type, I couldn't pick Garchomp, and then for dragon type, I couldn't pick Garchomp as well. You all knew Garchomp was going to be in here somewhere. It was to keep a diverse list.
Yeah.
And the final rule, since there are so many damn mons to talk about, we're going to try and keep it short. And then one disclaimer before we start. We started with pictures we could find. We tried to do watermarks for all of them. There are a few that don't have watermarks. If you know who made them, let me know so I can give them some credit. There are some beautiful pictures. Now, I said we started with that. We eventually ran into the problem to where we were looking at Pokemon, and we couldn't find any with watermarks.
Or we couldn't find any good ones with watermarks at the least.
So, what we did was we switched to TCG cards, the trading card game. So, with that out of the way, let's just get right into this. So, we're starting with normal. I forgot we did this. It's been 2 hours. So, my favorite normal type is Dunsparce. The reason why it's Dunsparce is because Dunsparce does not get enough love. We've had him since 2nd gen.
Yep, Gen 2.
And he has decent stats compared to other base mons. If he evolved, got a Mega Evolution or something, he would be usable again, and I would love to see that. Game Freak, if you ever watch this, by the grace of God, show this little bastard some love.
Please.
But that is why he's my favorite normal type. That and other normal types I didn't like that much.
Yeah, there really weren't a whole lot of great normal types.
Yeah, the only other one that I really liked I wanted to save for another spot on this list, because there's the same problem with that one on that typing on this list.
Yeah.
So, Exploud.
Yep. So my favorite was Exploud because he's just a fucking sweeper. He's really good at what he does.
Yeah, you get
And
fucking Boom Burst Scrappy on him, and
yeah,
there's nothing you can do except throw out his Steel type, and if you're Specs, that's debatable.
yeah. And you can just do whatever you want with him. You can make him tanky. You can make him a sweeper. You can make him physical or special. Nobody fucking knows what you can do with him. And it's funny.
Okay, so moving on, we are going to Fire types. Now, first thing I want to point out, this was our favorite picture that we found. And we did find it with a watermark. So right here, go find this person, so go give them some love. I'm going to try and point that out on every watermark. In fact, going back, this one right here. I love the deal with it, Dunsparce.
Yeah.
So,
Also, real quick, with fire type, we actually had to split the two Pokemon into one slide because look at that.
yeah,
Look at that Arcanine. It's beautiful.
Arcanine, as I've been playing competitive with my friends in the league, I've kind of fallen in love with Arcanine. You can kind of make him a bulky sweeper or like a bulky support, and he just works really well. If you remember season 1 of the PCP, there was a Mega Mawile that was known for setting up a swords dance, and sucker punching people. And I just freaking clicked Will-O-Wisp on a turn. He clicked Sucker Punch. He missed that Sucker Punch, obviously. And then I survived because I was bulky and Flare Blitz him and kill him. And then the rest of my team could go to town. That's all I needed.
Yeah.
It was 10 out of 10.
Yeah, Arcanine's pretty good.
So moving on. Ninetales.
Yeah. So we found this picture for Ninetales and it's really good. The only issue is that it's a little pixely, sadly, but I love Ninetales. I do really like Arcanine as well, but of the two out of Gen 1, Ninetales is my favorite because it looks beautiful. It's a nine-tailed fox, which I just love. I really like foxes. And it's just super specially tanky.
Now, this one did not have a watermark.
Sadly.
So, if you find who made this, let me know in the comments. I will go out of my way to either add in a comment or the description and add a link to whatever DeviantArt, Instagram, wherever they posted this. I will leave a link to it. But moving on, we have water types. Corphish! I love Corphish solely because of the anime.
Corphish!
I wanted to put Blastoise, but the more I thought about it, I was literally looking at the list, and all I could think of was Corphish! So it's like, it would be a dishonor to this man's name not to put him on the list.
It would be a goddamn crime.
So, Milotic.
It's fucking Milotic. It's bulky. It's specially attack. It's beautiful. It's also I've used Milotic in so many games now that I just love the damn thing.
Okay, so moving on. Electric type. Zekrom. Both of these have watermarks. Check out that guy. Check out this guy. That is even a link to his DeviantArt. There you go.
Yeah.
Zekrom.
It's Zekrom.
Design amazing. Power and competitive pretty good. Type.
Typing really good. The lore behind it.
Yeah, everything about this mon. The only complaint I have about Zekrom's typing is it adds the ground type weakness. But that's the only thing it adds.
Yeah.
So, really can't complain.
That's the only thing it adds in terms of bad things anyway.
Yeah.
In terms of positive, there's so much that it adds.
Yeah, it's just a good typing. Hits like a truck. Personal opinion, better design than Reshiram.
Oh yeah, easily.
And then we have Luxray.
Yeah, so for me, it was a toss-up between Luxray and Ampharos. And honestly, I decided to go with Luxray because I do like Luxray a little more, even though he's not as good competitively.
That it would be a hard time. So we were Googling badass enter Pokemon name here. Describe to me what a badass Ampharos looks like.
Mega Ampharos.
Male runway model that's a little bit overweight.
True. But I've used Luxray in a couple games I've done before, like Platinum. And Luxray, I just really liked it. I really like Luxray. And it's honestly probably one of my just all-time favorite electric types.
Thinking out loud. You need to play one of Drayano hacks. Luxray becomes an electric dark type.
Yes! It looks like it should be an electric dark type.
And it gets a bunch of really good moves.
Oh.
But it is a very hard game. I will throw that out there.
Okay.
So, grass type. Both the watermarks, right there, mark a villa.
Yeah.
And then this one,
It was they're on DeviantArt. It's blue something. I don't remember what before, but it's BLUU.
yeah. So definitely check them out for these beautiful arts. Torterra. Where do I begin with Torterra? Okay, first of all, I don't care who you are. Out of the starters in that generation, best fucking design.
Yeah, best design.
And it was defensive enough. Infernape, it could survive a hit from Infernape and blow him the hell away with an earthquake.
Yeah.
And then Empoleon doesn't touch it. There's nothing Empoleon can do to this man.
Besides maybe launch one Ice Beam.
When we get to the fourth Mon, I will have a story to share. Because this is number 1. I'll let you know what number 2 is. And when we get to number 4, we will get to a story about my first time playing Platinum. Leafeon.
So, for me, Leafeon is my favorite grass type. Number 2 was Superior because I really like Superior.
Okay, but hands down, Superior is just really good.
Yeah, Superior is just good. Out of the 3 Unova starters, Superior is the best.
Solely because of Contrary.
Oh yeah, easily because of Contrary.
It literally takes away the drawback from Leaf Storm.
Yeah, and it's so good.
And adds a buff. Like, that's bullshit.
That's broken and I love it. But anyway, back to Leafeon. On my first playthrough of Platinum, I got the EV in Hearthome City, and I decided that I wanted to see what the Mossy Rock would do for it. So I went to go evolve the Eevee because I knew that it turned into a Leafeon and all that. So I got the Leafeon, and that thing just helped me through the rest of the game.
Till 7th gym badge.
Till 7th, I had Infernape, so I didn't care. And Leafeon just fucking destroyed Bertha from the Elite Four, and I loved it. And I just... Also, the art for this is just beautiful. It's Leafeon using Leaf Blade.
Okay, so moving on. Maybe. I gotta click back on the thing. There we go.
There we go.
Is this the right one?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so... we got Ice type. Mamo. Again, playing PCP has grown my love for Mamoswine. I got to use one last season. Unfortunately, we had to dip out about halfway through the season for multiple reasons. But Mamo was so good. Dead Elephant through 1, 2, 3. Then I did a battle in another league I did for fun. It was a very short league. It was done in 2 days. It was a mono-type league. I got ground type. I brought Mamoswine, and he brought threats, and these threats died. I got a pretty good matchup. It was ground versus dragon.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just all those things have made me love Mamoswine. It hits like a truck. It's bulky as hell. It gets thick fat.
Which is so good.
Which
That is so funny.
Makes water act like it's resisted, not neutral. And it makes fire act like, I think ground resists fire. I'm pretty sure
Ground
it
doesn't resist fire. It's rock
Okay.
that resists fire.
So then it makes it act like it's neutral.
Yeah. Fire is neutral and it's ice that you're thinking of.
Oh, ice. Which would go back down to neutral. No. Resisted.
It's resisted with thick fat. It's neutral without.
Yeah. So then, Weavile.
It's Weavile. It's fast. It's physical. It's just really good.
It, it's a good sweeper.
It's a great sweeper, and I actually used one on my Black 2 playthrough, one of them, and I got a Weavile, and I just really liked the mon. I had it throughout the entire game.
There we go. So moving on, we have fighting type, Keldeo. This is when we started the
TCG because we were having issue finding Keldeo pics with a watermark.
Yeah, we actually found out that a lot of the pictures we were seeing were of TCG cards anyways. Keldeo, the last 2 seasons, or the 2 seasons I've been in the PCP, I've had Keldeo, and he's been an absolute monster. He's such a good mon. Mega Alakazam outshined him this year, but I mean, but he does a lot of damage. He's super good. His design for me is kind of meh. Screams My Little Pony a little bit too much, but
a little bit too much.
But that's my opinion. If you love the design, I have nothing against you.
The design isn't bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good design. It's just there are...
he basically gets a fighting type, Psyshock, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's funny.
Choice specs this thing because it outspeeds almost everything. It's just super good.
Yeah.
Then Infernape.
Like I was saying with the Leafeon, in my Platinum playthrough, I had an Infernape, and this Infernape just demolished every gym it was at. And it wasn't until the fight with Cyrus in the reverse world that I started having issues because of that goddamn Gyarados, because I had nothing to check it. So at one point I went back and got Infernape Thunder Punch because I had nothing that could deal with it. And I just fucking destroyed Cyrus then. And I loved that Infernape. It was the first mon I ever got to level 100. And sadly, I don't have him anymore because I think the game that he was on got stolen, which really pissed me off. But live long and prosper, Infernape. You will be missed.
Okay, so moving on, we have Poison type. You know who will like this segment?
Mocha?
Mocha.
Well, okay. Too bad she's dead.
Okay, so story time. Me and Ruby did an original Silver and Gold Soul Link.
Soul Link Wedlock.
Yeah. We kind of made up our own rules as we went.
Yeah.
And I had a Crobat. Now, mind you, this is original Gen 2. To where Zubat and Golbat suck.
They were so bad.
And then Crobat doesn't get good until like 5 levels after you evolve it and you start getting decent moves. Like, I had just gotten like Wing Attack on it and a few other decent moves. So I was really starting to love this fat mon.
Cause it was tanky.
Ruby, what did you lose to a Gyarados? Red Gyarados, by the way.
Yeah, it was the shiny Gyarados in Lake of Rage.
Yeah, what did you lose to a Gyarados?
I may or may not have lost my Loxus, who was a Flaffy.
Super close to an Ampharos. And we had just talked before the battle. You know, we're about to get the XP share. Yeah. Because he had been running through the game with Alakazam.
Because I got lucky as hell and got an Abra as my encounter.
Yeah, he got an Abra, he got the Kadabra, he traded it to me. He went and bought Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, and Fire Punch. And then he had like confusion or psychic.
It was confusion, I believe, because it didn't have psychic yet.
It might have been Psybeam.
Yeah, it was Psybeam.
Yeah. So he had, once he gets psychic, he had the perfect set.
For Gen 2.
Yeah, in Gen 2, all those moves are special.
Which is so retarded.
Yeah, he had the perfect set. And he loses a Flaffy to the Red Gyarados.
To a crit, mind you. It was a crit.
Yeah, but you threw it out. You did like 30% with a Thunder Shock.
I did like 45.
Okay, 45%. So you weren't two-shotting. And first of all, it outsped you, and Outrage was almost killing you in one hit.
It was Thrash.
Or Thrash. So it was a bad play because Thunder Punch would.
Thunder Punch would have one-shot because Alakazam was my highest level Pokemon.
Alakazam would have blown it to a different dimension.
Yeah.
So I give him. This happened months ago, and I give him shit to this day.
God damn, this happened in like, what, February or something?
Yeah.
This happened in like February. It has been 4 months.
Okay.
And I mean, to be fair, the man has a reason to hold a grudge. I should have just put Alakazam out.
I had to deal with such trash and finally got a Mon that I really started to love, and then he kills it.
Yeah, fucking Reaper got screwed for all of his Mons, too. He had a bad team.
I had a bad team, but I was making it work. I didn't lose a single Mon.
Yeah.
You were the first one to lose a Mon.
Yeah. I was surprised that it happened at the Lake of Rage. I was surprised it took that long.
Okay, so
Anyway.
Scolipede.
Like the other Mons, like Leafeon, like Infernape, Scolipede was a Mon that I used in one of my Univin games. And I really liked it. I liked that it was tanky. I liked that it was able to hit hard. It's actually really fast.
Then you give it Speed Boost.
Yeah. Then you just give it Speed Boost to make it funny.
Speed Boost, Swords Dance, Baton, best support.
Yeah. It's just a really good Mon. It can really do anything.
Toxic Venoshock.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's just a gross Mon and it's beautiful and I love it.
Okay, moving on. We spent a lot of time on them.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Ground type. So this is Mon number 2. Rhyperior. Rhyperior I used in 4th gen. The story behind him. I actually went to a bowling alley out of town with a Rhydon. I was using a Rhydon for probably the first time. And I met a guy who had an Electabuzz. He had the Electrolyzer, and I had...
The Protector.
Yeah, the Protector. And I actually didn't even know he evolved at this time. And the kid was like, oh, do you want to trade and evolve both our Mons? I'm like, okay, as long as you trade mine back, yeah. So we traded them back and forth. And I fell in love with the Mon after that. It was just super good Mon. Really love that Mon. That's like a 12-year-old story.
Yeah, Rhyperior's really good too.
Yeah, it's a super solid Mon. Takes hits like a truck. Just good Mon overall.
Yeah. It's got a good bit of health too.
Yeah, Nidoking.
Yeah, Nidoking. Nidoking was a Mon that I really liked using in any Gen 1 game that I would play. And because I just like the Mon. Nidoking is really cool. It's got a good design. It's
kind of weird that now a lot of people are using it Scarf Special.
Yeah, but it's funny because, like, Nidoking actually has a pretty decent special stat.
Yeah, that's why people do it.
Yeah, it's got a decent special stat, which is really cool. And it's just it can be physical, it can be special. You can make it tanky as hell if you want. It's just a good all-around Mon.
Yeah.
Just don't expect it to outspeed much, I don't think.
That's why people ran Scarf.
Yeah.
Moving on. flying type. So this was the mon that would have won normal, but I wanted to save it for flying because there's not many other flying type mons I like.
There's
This
really not.
actually, I have 5 mons on my original platinum list on here.
Oh, sweet.
This
Yeah.
was another one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Staraptor, I love Staraptor. I used it my very first time playing 4th gen. Fell in love with it there. When I redid a Nuzlocke on 4th gen, one of my first encounter on Route 2 was a shiny Starly.
Damn.
Like, full on shiny Starly. I caught it, and it stayed with me for the whole game. If you get Reckless on this thing, Choice Banded Reckless, max speed, max attack, Brave Bird. I don't care what's in front of you.
It's taking a good chunk if it's not dying.
Yeah. My roommate, our other roommate, Mr. Fugglesby, as you guys know him, actually had a Mega Aggron that he made fully offensive because he's like, this thing's bulky enough. Staraptor did like 50%. Something crazy. I don't remember if it was a crit. I don't remember what it was. But he was super pissed that this Mega Aggron.
Which Brave Bird is quad resisted.
I think Mega Aggron just goes to steel.
I think it's a steel rod. I don't know. We can check.
I think Mega just goes to steel.
It might just be steel. In that case, that is just resisted.
Which then with Reckless increases the power, Choice Band increases the power, Stab increases the power. It's just an incredibly good move.
Yeah.
So while you talk about Honchkrow, I will look it up.
Alright. So, Honchkrow for me, it's kind of the same boat for Reaper. There weren't many flying types I liked, and I like Murkrow. I like Honchkrow a lot. For any of you who have seen
Mega Aggron is solo steel.
Alright, cool.
So it's only half, well...
It was only resisted, but not quad resisted.
Yeah.
But, for any of you who have seen the loading crew for Pokemon Tabletop, is part of where I got more of my love for Garbshnarb, the Honchkrow.
Garbshnarb, you stab!
It was super effective! But yeah, Honchkrow is really good. I originally used a Honchkrow in my Heart Gold playthrough because I had a Murkrow, and I thought I had a Dusk Stone, so I was like, why not? I'll evolve it. And I had named my Honchkrow Sebastian, and he was a good mon. So from now on, any Honchkrow I get is going to be called either Sebastian or Garbshnarb.
Mine's all gonna be Garbshnarb.
Yep.
Okay, so moving on, we have Psychic type, Malamar. There's not a bunch of Psychic types I really like. I know a lot of them are really good, but Malamar, contrary superpower, you throw it out, somebody, you predict a Screech or something like that, or I don't know, Sand Attack, something like that. I can't think of many lowering things. Oh, somebody sets up webs, now you're faster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Malamar is just good.
Yeah, Contrary is just a stupidly good ability.
It is. It's just so good.
And I think maybe behind Superior, Malamar uses it the best.
Yeah.
And then Meowstic.
For me, originally my favorite psychic type was like Espeon or Alakazam or like any of the like known psychic types. But once Esper and Meowstic got revealed back in X and Y, I saw them and just immediately fell in love because cats are some of my favorite animals, and I just really like the concept of a twin-tailed psychic cat. And I like both the male and female versions of Meowstic, which is why we have the card showing both of them. And in my X playthrough, I had used a male Meowstic, who was the first Mon I got to level 100 on there, and I had him throughout the entire game. And he was great.
Now, I believe the male is more defensive while the female is more offensive.
Yep. The male plays more of a support role. The female is more of the offensive one.
Yeah. I've never used one. I didn't like Esper's design too much.
Which is entirely fair.
And then, like, all my friends were using Meowstic, so I went for Honedge.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there.
Originally, I was actually going to use a Honedge on my X playthrough, but then I decided, probably not.
Okay, so moving on. Bug type. We both picked Genesect.
Because there's really no other good bug types.
Well, I mean, there's like Volcarona, Yanmega's not bad.
Yeah.
Rabombi was a close second for me.
Don't you have a story behind that?
Die, if you're watching, why don't you put that in the comments?
There you go.
But, no, I pick on Die, but he's a good guy, and it was a close battle. Basically, I had a choice scarf moonblasting Rabombi. If you watched our Monotype League, you saw that battle. And he got fighting type, I got bug type. It was randomized, and it actually killed some of the bug type Pokemon I really liked, because everybody could just shit on you because bug types have so many weaknesses.
They really do. Like,
And
poor goddamn bug types.
There's so many bug poison, it's like, well, that really lowers down the diversity I can bring.
It's either bug poison or bug flying usually.
Yeah. And Genesect was banned because it's in Ubers.
Yeah.
But so switched in Rabombi on Die, who had fighting. He missed his Stone Edge, and then I just proceeded to one-shot everything with Moonblast. And it was glorious.
Yeah.
But,
anyway, about Genesect.
Yeah, Genesect, one weakness, fire. While it's super common, you can play around it.
Yeah.
Its signature move can be whatever type you want. So whatever you're missing on the team, it gives it great versatility.
Well, it's not whatever type, it's one of 5 types.
Well,
it's either normal, water, fire, ice, or electric.
Yeah, still great versatility.
It's got great diversity. It learns Earthquake.
Yeah, which best move?
It learns It learns some of the better bug moves like X Scissor.
Yeah,
it learns Explosion through level up, which is funny.
Irritating, but funny.
Very irritating. Normal Gem Explosion for the win.
But yeah, super good Mon. Love it.
Fucking great Mon.
Yeah, I think we've both said all we want to on Genesect.
Yeah. Like, I got a bit more of a story. I actually originally got the Genesect when it came out for Black 2 and White 2.
The GameStop?
Yeah, the GameStop Genesect. And I had that Genesect for my White 2 throughout the entire game. Because I decided I'd use it, because why not?
Yeah, because it comes under your trainer name, so it doesn't... Yeah. It's not like this Pokemon can't listen to you, because you don't have enough... And it comes at level 50.
Mine was level 15, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was mine. But it was really good. It was a good Mon.
Alright.
Technoblast is so good.
I know, right? But
anyway,
moving on. we have rock type. Surprise, we both picked fossils.
Yeah, surprise. It's almost like that's 90% of rock types.
Rampardos.
Godpardos.
Third mon that was on my platinum team. What to say about Rampardos? It's just so good.
Other than he's a god.
I love Rampardos so much.
Well, he's a physical god, anyway.
Yeah, like, in between picking Shieldon or Rampardos, it was, for me, it was, I like offense.
Yeah.
So I picked Rampardos.
Yeah.
And I used him, loved him. It was great mon all around.
Oh, yeah.
Archeops.
For Archeops, I used him in my black and white playthrough, and Archeops is a good mon. He's super fast. He hits super hard. The only downside to him is Defeatist, which sucks. But if you know what you're doing with Archeops, you can keep him above the 50% threshold and just demolish everything. Plus, he's one of the very few mons that can learn acrobatics, which is such a good move.
My personal opinion, Tortuga was the better of the two. Solely because sturdy, weakness policy, first turn shell smash, Archeops will freaking earthquake, get you down to sturdy, weakness policy pops, you get the shell smash for the speed.
And then you just Aqua Jet.
And you Aqua Jet and you murder an Archeops.
Yeah. Like, I won't lie, Caracosta is better than Archeops, but I just like Archeops more.
So, moving on. Ghost type, Dusknoir.
Yeah.
I'll go first. Basically, Dusknoir, there's kind of that, I don't even know what you would call it, kind of nostalgic feeling around the channel for him, in my opinion. Duskull was my old mascot, if you guys have been around long enough for that. So, and his design's so good.
It is really good.
The one thing that sucks about him competitively, he does not have enough health.
He really doesn't.
He's got the defense, he's got the special defense, just like 20, 30 more points in health.
Yeah, he's got the bulk, he doesn't have the HP to handle it.
I don't know where he's sitting now, but I don't think he's in OU. I think with a little bit more health, he could easily be in OU.
Oh yeah, pretty easily. And for me, it was a pretty big toss up between Dusknoir and Banette. I just decided to go with Dusknoir because it'd be a little easier on us to get the art up. And Dusknoir is just a really good Pokemon. He's super tanky. He hits really hard, and I love him in the Mystery Dungeon Explorers games, because he was a good character, and then once you found out about it, he was a great villain.
Yeah.
And if you ever played Explorers of Sky, he was actually just a good mon. He was a good guy.
Yeah. Moving on, we have Dragon type. Garchomp. Is this the last mon I brought? Let's see, we've had Torterra, Staraptor, Rampardos, Garchomp. And Rhyperior. So yeah, this is the 5th mon. Garchomp, I don't think you guys want me to go on again about why I love Garchomp so much. I talk about Garchomp a lot on the channel. I love Garchomp. That's why it's a mascot. But, so in my first platinum playthrough, I now remember the 6th mon. We have the 5 previously mentioned, and then we had a Bibarrel as an HM slave.
Could you not find another Pokemon to have? did
I didn't want another one. I had the 5 I loved. And looking at my team, you know why Endgame was so difficult for me. Water and ice type murdered my whole team.
Yeah.
You got a Dugong, my team's done for.
Good God. A dugong or a Walrein.
Yeah, Walrein would murder too.
Walrein
But,
would have an easier time with it too.
I kinda didn't have that big of a problem though. Like, Cynthia took 2 tries. Oh, once I got to the Elite Four, I had Garantina. I swapped out my barrel for Garantina to battle the Elite Four.
Yeah.
Still doesn't help the ice type problem.
Really doesn't.
But once I killed Frostlass, like, then I just had a Garchomp problem.
Yeah.
I think we all had a Garchomp problem. Garchomp's just super good.
Garchomp is a fucking monster.
But yeah, so those were my 6 mons in my first platinum playthrough because I was like 10, 11. And that's what I like to use.
Yeah.
Hydreigon.
Originally, I wanted to put Flygon on here because Flygon is my favorite dragon type. But Reaper here would have given me so much shit and would have just shit talked on Flygon. And I didn't want him shit talking my baby. I've already got a friend who hates Flygon because it got fucked up by a Fear Rattata. So, oh, good God. I don't fucking know. Hydreigon's a good mon. He's a goddamn monster, and nobody can tell me that when friggin' Ghetsis brought out that Hydreigon, you did not shit your pants.
Yeah, you cheated for it too, because it evolves at like level 62, 64, but he had it at like level 55.
Yeah, I think it was like level 56, maybe.
Yeah.
The highest it was probably 58.
Yeah.
But it was still a goddamn monster.
And Hydreigon is tied in my second spot for dragon types. It's probably tied between Hydreigon, Haxorus, and Garantina.
All of which are really good mons.
But Hydreigon, I personally love because it's a slower special attacking Garchomp.
Yeah.
When it hits the field, you dead, son.
Oh, yeah. You dead and you know it.
You better kill it before it kills you.
Because it will.
Plus design. Oh my god.
The design is so good.
We have 2 very beautifully designed mons on the screen right now.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
So moving on, we have Ghost type. Dark type, my bad.
This is Dark type.
Spiritomb. I don't know. Probably solely design. I was looking at ghost types. I really like or not ghost types, dark types. I like Zoroark as well. But other than Zoroark, there's really no other dark type that's like, oh my god, I love it so much.
Yeah.
And I like Spiritomb a little bit more.
Yeah. It's like, there are very few bad dark types.
Yeah, they're all good.
It's just some are better than others. Like
well, Mightyana's trash.
Yeah. Mightyena is bad. Although in one of my playthroughs, my original Sapphire playthrough, I had a Mightyena, and it was pretty good.
Yeah. But on to Zoroark.
Zoroark. Its design is great. It can be either a physical or a special attacker. Its signature move, Night Daze, is just so good. And Illusion is just so fun to fuck with people.
You left out the best part.
Yeah?
It's an edgy Lucario.
It is an edgy Lucario that gets beat out by Lucario in literally every way. Oh, God. fucking Reaper and I were at one point wondering, can a Zoroark beat a Lucario? And we did so many calculations for if a Zoroark could beat a Lucario, and every time the Lucario won. I think there was one time where the Zoroark had a chance
Yeah.
to kill the Lucario, and it was a small chance.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel bad. I feel bad because I love Zoroark, but Lucario is just a better mom. The worst part is
Well,
we were buffing Zoroark to where he had a chance to kill it, and we weren't doing anything with Lucario.
well, like, I suppose another thing would be if you're a Choice Scarf Zoroark with your illusion up, and you have something with, like, a Garchomp or a Ghost type out there that he's not going to use a fighting move.
That's fair because we weren't accounting for items or abilities.
Yeah. But yeah, with the items and abilities,
Zoroark might be able to. might have a better
Zoroark
chance.
wins a lot more often.
Yeah, Zoroark wins a lot more often because more than likely the Lucario is going to use a move that either does neutral damage or just doesn't affect it as much.
But my favorite thing to do is Zoroark, which I did a lot in X and Y Wi-Fi battles that I would just do at home. I had a Garchomp and a Zoroark. And in low ranking guys, let me tell you, nothing fucks with people more than when you start with Zoroark followed by with Garchomp in the back and you click Flamethrower. The amount of people that were like, oh, special Garchomp, or Garchomp doesn't get Flamethrower, does it? Let me Google that. Oh, it does. He has a special Garchomp. He's really bad. And then they keep clicking psychic moves. I had a guy throw out a Mewtwo, and I was like, I'm gonna click Flamethrower just to see what he does. And he clicked Psychic. He clicked Psychic 4 turns in a row, and I killed a Mewtwo. Mega Mewtwo.
Didn't you use Night Days at 1.2?
No, I just Flamethrowed.
You just used Flamethrower?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah,
there
so
are some idiots out in the world.
yeah, so I knew he wasn't scarfed or specs or anything like that, so I was like, whatever.
Fuck it.
But moving on, Steel type, Aegis Slash. I did some Wi-Fi battles and stuff with an Aegis Slash. I used a special Aegis Slash. Why? Because nobody sees it coming. With moves like Shadow Sneak and Sacred Sword, like, everybody uses it because it has a better move pool for physical. But, bringing a special one, he was like, ah shit, it's an Aegis Slash, let me throw out my defensive wall. Dark Pulse.
What the fuck?
Defensive wall obliterated.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful.
And yeah, that's why I love it so much, and it's in Ubers for such a damn good reason.
Yeah, because it can do whatever the fuck it wants.
Yeah, like, in shield form, both of its defenses are stupidly high. In sword form, both of its
offenses are stupidly high.
its speed's not bad, and its health is not bad.
Yeah.
It's just a good mon.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like 5 guys at Game Freak just sat around a table going like, how broken can we make one mon?
Yeah. That isn't a legendary.
I have an idea. What if we give it 4 stats that are 150?
But that's too good. We'll make it a form mon.
Yeah, what if it has to switch forms to get it?
Yes!
But Aggron.
Aggron. Originally, I was tossing it up between Aggron and Mawile because originally in Ruby and Sapphire, Mawile was not a good mon. It really wasn't. But once 6th Gen came out and Mawile got its fairy typing, it did get better. And then in Oraz, when it got its Mega, it just became a monster. But I had to give Steel type to Aggron because Aggron is just such a good Steel type Mon. It's just a good Mon. It's super tanky. It's got a lot of health. It can hit physically. It's actually got an okay special attack from what I remember. Like it's
I
not
don't think it does.
it's not good, but it's not
Yeah,
absolutely
you can take
horrendous.
like hidden power on it, but it's not gonna do like what the secret hidden power
I actually want to check.
strat is there for, to where it's like, oh, I know they have like a mon that's quad weak to this, hidden power that.
Yeah,
It's not gonna one shot like.
yeah. And I mean, also, once Aggron got its Mega, it got really good. Heavy Metal's a good ability for Aggron. Pure Steel type is pretty good for it. And it's just an all around good Mon. Also, I'm checking its stats right now. Seeing...
So we're gonna move on to fairy type. Now that it's on the screen, Aggron got steel type because you needed a fairy type.
I could have gone with Primarina.
Could have, but you didn't want to.
Not really.
So
Because
we started this video with me having a weak mon. We're gonna end it with me having a weak mon. And while you look that up, I'll share my story. So
I already found Aggron's stats. He's got 60 special attack.
yeah, that's trash.
Compared to the rest of its stats, it's pretty trash, but it's not horrendous.
90 is considered decent, and you're 30 below that.
His speed is 50.
Yeah.
He's slow.
Okay, but Snubble.
Snubble! Snubble!
So, the story behind this, I've already shared this with Ruby. But, growing up, me and my brother and my family had a Shih Tzu named Snowball. And me and my brother would run around the house before we had played Gold or Silver. It was either not out yet, or we hadn't played it yet and hadn't seen Snubble. We ran around the house calling her by going, Snubble! So then when Snubble came out,
Snubble!
we died laughing, because when you hear its cry in the anime, it is exactly what we would yell for our dog. And it was hilarious because we would watch the dog's head perk up every time I was watching the anime with a Snubble. So that's why I love Snubble so much. That, and there's not many fairy types I like. I could put Rabambi here, but I like Snubble more.
Yeah. You could have put Rabambi. You could have put Togekiss, even though Togekiss was just as good as a normal flying.
I liked Togekiss more when it was normal flying.
Yeah. Because it had less weaknesses. In fact, as a normal flying, it only had 2.
Yeah.
Ice and Rock.
Electric.
And Electric 3. Anyway, Mega Mawile. I feel like I gave my reasons pretty well when I was talking about Aggron. But to go a little more into Mega Mawile, my first time playing Alpha Sapphire, actually it wasn't Alpha Sapphire. Alpha Sapphire was my first file that I used Subtile and other stuff like that. That was when I used the Metagross you got, the event one. It was Omega Ruby that I used Mega Mawile. And I got a Mawile in the Dewford Cave, and I had that thing for the rest of the game, and it was beautiful, but dear God, did Steven give me trouble, because my team was not able to handle that goddamn Metagross. Oh my God. The only reason I even beat Steven in that one was because I got lucky and I think got a crit and flinches. Because now that I think about it, I was actually really under leveled. I think the highest level on my team at that point was like 50. 50 or 55, and all of his mods were like a level 60. God damn, it was great.
I remember Raffle stomping that fight.
I remember Raffle stomping that fight in Alpha Sapphire.
But, anyways, that's the video, guys. I know we said we're going to go through quick, but, hour long. There was a lot to talk about. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And peace.